Welcome back everybody, and today we are here at the Redstone AI project, and today we are going to be building up the facade and then later hooking up the displays here. So the one there, and let's go ahead and get myself some room. Here's my shulker box, and the other one over here. Let's just parkour out. The one on the left here is going to be a power level. We're going to try to keep this at full lanterns. Over here will be a heating and cooling. This side will be cool, this side will be hot, and we'll try to balance a single lantern being lit in the center. So we're going to probably have a piston feed tape or something like that in the center, or working on this one. And up here will be the life meter, or how far it is to be alive, or how healthy or well upkept this thing is. And I just broke something, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started on the facade. There we go, that's in the middle. And let's go ahead and head on out. And the light's in the middle, which means it's in between cold and hot. And of course the face is on smiley right now because that's just what I left it on. Now, let's go ahead and get the charge meter done. And then of course I'm going to simplify this one into a single input, or potentially keep it to two since it will. One down here for, let's see, red's on this side, so that's getting colder, and this button here is getting warmer, right? Yeah, that button's getting warmer, this one's getting colder. So I think I might just leave these as two separate inputs, since we will have different triggers for warming up and cooling down. Now, for the more simple display here, probably just a zigzag up top, up here, although we do have this block to work around. Is there anything on there? Yes, there's a repeater. Right? Let's go ahead and check, just to make sure. There's a maze in here, and yes, there's a repeater right there. So we might have to zigzag it down on this level instead, which should still work, I hope. So I'll go ahead and set up the dropper circuit here, and we can go ahead and fix that one up. And there we go. That's the whole entire segment display all lit up. And oh, what happened there? Retracts, and that triggers everything. And then it keeps going on those two. That is strange. Let's see. This should fix it then. And this one here. There we go. So now I have a light display for our light display. And this block should be out. There we go. Test it again, and all the way. There we go. Now going backwards. It's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. So now we have a light display to control our light display. Just put a light there and a light over here. Keep things lit up. And then that is once again controlled by 2 separate inputs for going back and forth. And we'll just leave a little bit of room over here. Open it up some as well, so that we can interact with it. And then I might also just lead some lines going over here so that we have everything in a neat set of 3 plus 4, that is 7, so 7 different inputs. So obviously if the charge is completely gone, then I think that would make the life meter up there drain quickly. And if it is to one extreme, I would say that would also make the life meter drain very quickly. And if it's at full, and this is balanced, then it'll slowly grow until we get to the end and win this game. So now I may have to, actually no, since I don't have to work around this block here on the top one, I think I can just build it like normal with a zigzag right here. Or we may just make it a little easier on ourselves and make it so that's not exactly 1 for 1 in counting up, and a certain set of blocks or item counts would make it increase. So just have a comparator right here that would go all the way across, filled with ender pearls or snowballs or something like that. And that should do it for this one. So let's go ahead and get building. Okay, I have finished this display circuit here, and as you can see I have two clocks set up. One is a super fast clock, and if we flick this lever here, as you can see it's going. Let's go ahead and switch this to it's now dying quickly, and as you can see the items are slowly traveling out, well, quickly in relative speed. And now it is draining over here. As you can see, this is getting weaker. Or no, that's already off. This is getting weaker. And eventually this will empty out. And this is what would happen when both the energy is depleted and the temperature is at one extreme. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And let's say it's only at the extreme of hot and the energy's full, then we would activate this clock, which is significantly slower. That would then drain into here much slower. And I don't think this can combine, yep, because then that just locks it up. And when we pull the lever, both fall down. When we pull the lever, this clock turns off, and that is the same with this one. So these will be both connected into T flip-flops that are connected to the facial circuits that are connected to the temperature and energy. Energy right here. No, that's the eye. Under the eye is the energy, right through that hole. So now, I think that cleaning up this area would be a very good step to take next, and also centralizing all of the inputs down here. And of course labeling them. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that step next, and I'll see you after that. And there we go. So now we can add energy. Let's go ahead and make sure we can see one of the lamps. There you go, that lit. And now it's unlit. We can change the mouth corners, so that would be that piston and the piston right there. As you can see, they moved. We can change the middle mouth, so that's the center pistons. As we can see, they moved. And the kill switch would be all the way up there. So you saw that observer moved. And the hot and cold probably still needs a little bit more logic circuiting going on, since there's no way to heat it up when it's cold and cool it down. Or no, wait. It always goes all the way to that way, all the way to that way. So we need to make sure we're able to balance it. This setup was just to make sure we can't go negative heat, or I guess over 1.5 heat. No, 2.5 heat versus 2.5 cold. So we're going to need some more logic circuits with that. And let's just go ahead and take our staircase back up. Up the stairs, through the redstone, up here, Still a bit of parkour, but it is slightly nicer. I guess we could try traveling through here. No. Okay. Anyway, I now have all of these hooked up, and as you can see, if we go out the front here, this is going to be closed up, so I didn't add any scaffolding for that. We do have everything working, as well as the display up there. So, next episode, we're probably going to be linking up everything so that we're at least building the main neural system all the way back here in this space, and also going down a little bit too, probably, since I am certain it will be very, very big, probably about the size of this room. I don't know, maybe half the size of this room. A lot of redstone. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode, and let's go ahead and make him happy before we end it off. Or it. Jump up, around. E plus, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. Bring it fully to life, and let's balance this in the center, just like so, and travel back to the front. And that's going to do for today's episode, so like, comment, and subscribe. And I didn't edit the top one, oh well, it's having a fairly good life, and I will see you next time. Bye.